First question. When you think of Virginia, what specific personality trait comes to mind?
Her general spirit of optimism. I love how in any story, in any situation, in the end, she's able to find the good in it. So whether it's something that she's learned or something that we've figured out, but she's just always able to look at the good side of stuff, and I just so appreciate that about her. And it's just so cool because it's not like in a forced fake way. She just rationally and logically goes through the situation and then just figures out what the good is. And I know I just really appreciate that, just the general spirit of positivity. It's pretty awesome.
Virginia is very determined to always do her best. She's loyal and steadfast to those she loves. She's very funny and sees the humorous side of things.
First and foremost, her perseverance. When Virg has it in her mind to get something done, she will get it done. But that also leads to her other infamous trait, her impulsiveness. Examples of that include, the dog that just showed up next door, the Irishman that came to do her driveway, and most recently, her suggestion that she wanted to foster babies. So, perseverance, but a little bit of impulsiveness too.
Superwoman.
Alan, what is her best personality trait?
I admire and appreciate your capacity to write and be creative with words and create amazing ways of expression, amazing ways of expressing yourself or some of the interesting topics that you've gotten from Jen and I over the years. And I think that that's remarkable skill, and I'm envious of it, and you do an amazing job with it. So we appreciate that about you.
And for me, I absolutely appreciate your personality trait, which somehow seems to find a way to pull out a Warkworthism in any given situation. Most recently, I've heard you quote, I think this one was from Leslie, but only stupid people get bored, which we've used over COVID, and I've appreciated that ever since. Sometimes they make me laugh out loud, and sometimes they're really thought-provoking, but a Warkworthism is always the best thing coming out of your mouth on any given day.
When I think of Virginia, I think of a wonderful sense of humor and a great wit and a generosity of spirit. She has so many amazing character strengths.
If I have to be honest, Driven was the first one that came to mind for me. So there's a bunch that I could say of great personality traits, but for me, you're one of my friends who is driven. You have goals, you never let anything get you down, you're always moving forward, always looking forward. So that's what came to mind for me there.
When I think of Mom, I think of a strong person.
You are one of the most clever people I know. You're so even-tempered. You're like still water. And you're such a patient mom. And I've often thought about what you would do to handle a situation when I'm stuck. So I am pretty grateful to have you as my wonderful friend.
When I think of Virginia, I have lots of thoughts. I think how funny she is, like really funny, makes me laugh out loud all the time. She doesn't do anything half-assed. Can I say half-assed? She, for instance, didn't just have a bunch of people get together for the Hips final concert. She had a blow-up screen in her backyard, food, and a wardrobe contest. And the result was we all had a wonderful memory to think of that time in Canada's history. She is incredibly loyal and dedicated to her friends and wants them to be their best and supports them in being their best. And she's absolutely the best mom, the best parent I've ever seen, and I admire her so much.
Owen, your mom is resourcefully determined. She cares deeply about everything she does and has a huge heart, and this is why she's so successful at what she does.
Instantaneously hangry.
When I think of my mom, I think of a drill sergeant. No, I'm just joking. I think of a brave person who always takes leadership.
Question 2. What is your one favorite memory that you made with Virginia?
So we've made a ton of memories. Every time we get together, there's a new great memory. But a memory that will always stick in my memory is the story of Virginia working at the GM headquarters. She was doing an internship at the headquarters in GM, and she was staying with us. We were living at 111 Alfred in Bowmanville at the time, and we were getting some yard work done, and there was a pile of pea gravel at the end of the driveway, and I will say that she probably arrived maybe in the night before her first day of work, and that morning she got ready to go to work and left the house all excited to hit her new job, and she got in her car, started it up, and drove straight ahead, and she drove up and onto the pile of gravel, and she didn't drive up and over the gravel. She literally drove up and onto the pile of gravel and couldn't go forward, couldn't go backward. It was like she was teetering on this pile. So she had to go in and get Raymond, who had to come out and with a shovel and chip away at the gravel so that she could eventually get the car unhinged and be able to go to work.
Tons of favorite memories. But again, instinctually, I went back to when you lived on Thomas and we would go for our runs and train for a half marathon. I had some fun memories during that whole process, as well as when I had my fire and I got to shack up with you for a little while, and some of the fun times we had back then as well. There's many, countless memories. So I had to pick a couple.
Favorite memories with Verge? I can't think of anything really specific, just general awesome times. So Nashville was super fun, all of our hen house get-togethers, but also things just as simple as, us taking a drive out and trying a new winery, or as simple as just sitting around the pool and chilling out and sharing some laughs and some good times. It's always super fun.
My favorite memory of Virginia is best represented through music. The Kenny and Dolly song, Islands in the Stream. It's coming to me. Here it comes. And we rely on each other, ha ha. Sister wives to each other, ha ha.
And we've had some amazing times over the years with some fantastic parties. You sure throw a great party. Whether it's the Tragically Hip party in the backyard, or your birthday, or New Year's Eve, we have a wonderful time celebrating.
I think my favorite memory with us is just as family sitting by the pool, just enjoying the summer and having a good time with each other.
One of my favorite memories of Virginia was when she was about 5, and it was summer holidays and she'd just finished kindergarten. She and her sisters were all tucked in bed, and her sisters were reading. Virginia was very upset because she couldn't read yet. Well, when she hit grade 1, it sure didn't take her long to overcome that obstacle. I can still picture her sitting in the big chair by the wood stove, reading to her heart's content.
Seeing her walking and seeing her with your kids.
I remember the day, and there are many days that I remember, but this one sticks out of my mind as well, that you put 4 shovels out in the driveway after a snowstorm, and the kids come home from school and you ask them to clean the driveway. And of course they did.
William, what is your favorite memory of Virginia?
My favorite memory of Virginia is when she came up with the cribbage tournament at the cottage, and decided to call it the Salty Suckling Tournament, so no one could be salty after they lost their game.
That's right. Okay, that's good. Another famous story Ellie would like to share.
So one day when we were at the cottage, you came out screaming in weird short bursts, running up the walkway, and you burst in the house and you said, "I got a bug in my ear," and being the intellectual being that I am, I said, "Well, we should try to vacuum your bug out." So we tried to vacuum a bug out of your ear, and I think it's one of the funniest memories and best memories that I have of you or anybody.
Okay. Alan?
One of my favorite memories, I wasn't even present for, but the story has become so legendary that there's a new expression that's attached to it. And that is, from a parenting point of view, the expression is, sometimes you just have to show a little crazy. But the story went something like a sprint away from the children while pushing a stroller while walking one day at the quarry. And I know that that moment and those moments when you're made absolutely nuts by life and everything around you, sometimes the best response really is to just show a little bit of crazy.
I'm glad to say I was there.
I have had so many amazing memories with Virginia over the years, from getting first to know her when she was a customer at Sweeney Todd's to going to her house on Henry Street and going to parties there. For my 40th birthday, Virginia hosted, my 40th birthday, a beautiful party that was so lovely. We've had trips together to Florida and Nashville and cottages, and just even great time sitting and having a cup of tea together has been amazing. Perhaps the most special memory was when we were in Nashville for my 50th birthday, and your mom supported me and encouraged me and pushed me outside my comfort zone to sing in a situation that I felt very uncomfortable, but she made it feel very safe for me, and I will always thank her for that.
I've been fortunate enough to have many favorite memories with Verge, but I would say tragically hip in her backyard and jumping in her pool and stargazing late at night with her when we'd had a little bit too much to drink. Those are just two of many, many wonderful memories.
My favorite memory of us together is just sitting by the pool with friends over and just chillaxing by the pool.
Sharing a bedroom with her growing up. We used to lie in bed talking, and we'd have to think up rules to make ourselves stop talking to each other so we'd get some sleep. We also created this game called Big Sisters and Little Brats. We were the big sisters, and the little brats were imaginary. Maybe they were adults, I'm not too sure. But we would play for hours in our bedroom. So sharing that bedroom was a really good thing.
Question 3. Why do you think that she deserves a great Mother's Day?
Verge deserves a great Mother's Day because she has to put up with 3 troublemakers at home and a whole bunch of shit that comes along with it. And that I mean figuratively and literally.
So there's 101 reasons why she deserves a great Mother's Day. She looks after her immediate family very, very well, but she also looks after her extended family very well. And she's like, she has a nugget of wisdom for every situation. And when she can just come out with something off of the cuff, and you're like, huh, how come I didn't think of that? But the other reason she deserves a great Mother's Day is because she is always juggling about 10 things at once, and every single one is executed to perfection.
She deserves a great Mother's Day because she is a great mother overall and just amazing mother.
And why does Virginia deserve a wonderful Mother's Day? Well, that's pretty easy, because she's a wonderful mother. Who agrees with me?
We do. Thank you for always letting us swim in your pool.
I would say that Verge is one of the best people that I know. Definitely one of the best mothers that I know. And does it with a smile and a laugh, and I just think that you deserve the best, Verge.
And why do you deserve an awesome Mother's Day? Mostly because you're an awesome, great mother. So you deserve a great Mother's Day. I don't have kids, but I'm always in awe of how you have just raised some of the most delightful little human beings. Proof is in the pudding. The fact that I'm doing this video is because your wonderful son asked me to put this together for you. So yeah. You deserve a great Mother's Day because you are a great mom, and you deserve a break. And I hope you kick back and just sit back and realize that yeah, you're doing an amazing job, and you've got some amazing kids.
Verge, you deserve a great Mother's Day because you work so hard at everything you do, especially being a great mom to kids, even if those kids aren't your own, like me.
Virginia absolutely deserves a happy Mother's Day. But the thing is, for Virginia, having a happy Mother's Day is simply spending time with her 3 favorite people, which is Owen, Campbell, and Cole. So I know she's going to have a great Mother's Day because she'll spend that time with you. But she deserves a great Mother's Day because she's a wonderful mother. She works so hard. And I think for her to have as many special memories with her children is the most wonderful present she could have.
The third question was, why do I feel she deserves a great Mother's Day? Well, she deserves that because she devotes her life to her kids. I think she would kill for her kids if she needed to.
She works hard. She cares deeply about you guys and loves you to death. She is a blast to be around, and I miss her like crazy.
I think you deserve a great Mother's Day because of everything that you do for us and with us, and just making it great for us the other 364 days of the year.
In my mind, she are the most incredible, outstanding, amazing woman, and I admire her deeply.
In closing, any final remarks?
She is a great mother. She's a great role model to her kids. She's a great teacher to her kids. She loves her kids with her huge heart, and I love her too.
Thank you for being a wonderful neighbor. Thank you for being a neighborhood mom. Thank you for all the hard work that you do with your own amazing children. It will pay off in dividends when they are grown up and they have wonderful, successful lives, and they are going to thank their amazing mom. Happy Mother's Day, Virginia.
Happy Mother's Day.
Bye. I hope that you enjoy this and have an awesome Mother's Day.
So I hope you have a spectacular Mother's Day. You certainly deserve it, Verge. Love you, friend.
Happy Mother's Day.
So happy Mother's Day, Virginia.
Happy Mother's Day. Cheers.
Happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a great one. I miss you. Take care. Bye.
Needed to. Happy Mother's Day, Virginia.
We love you so much, Verge.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Virginia.